All right, guys, so summer is in full effect, and right now I want to talk about some ultra fresh fragrances. It's 90 plus degrees outside, and what do you think about when you hear fresh, right? You think maybe shaving cream, you think soap, you think aftershave, you think tropical fruits, fresh fruits, you think oceanic. That's what I think too. And I got some fragrances that I want to show you that exceeds my expectation when it comes to fresh. This is the ultimate fresh fragrance list, and I have them all in my possession. And I want to show you some fragrances you need to get, especially for the rest of the summer. This will work pretty much in any weather. I think they should work in any weather if you're in the right environment. But right now, we're in July going into August. Let me hook you guys up with some bangers. So, without further ado, are you ready for another epic fragrance video? Sit back, relax, get some popcorn. It's about to go down. All right, so the first fragrance I want to show you is a new fragrance in my house. Honestly, the whole house is kind of new to my collection, but this particular one here is the shaving cream fragrance that I think is just fantastic. This is House of Sillage number 004. And I say shaving cream really because it has a combination of a really fresh lavender note mixed with some really bright and fresh fruits. They have mandarin orange, they have bergamot, they have some tropical fruits in the opening, but once again, that lavender note in this fragrance is absolutely stunning. It literally smells like you whipped up shaving cream in that nice warm marble bowl that you use when you shaving. Well, how I do it, I use the little bowl, but that with the freshness that goes along with the lavender, that's what this smells like. And a mixture of vetiver, oak moss, and tonka bean. This to me is a ultra fresh fragrance that you can wear any occasion. I said it before and I'll say it again. Definitely something on the first date you want to rock, or if you're in the gym with a bunch of females, single guys, get your nose on this. We're gonna start off with a banger, but I got some more. Let's go check out the next one. The next fragrance I have is a aromatic, soft, spicy, fresh citrus fragrance. And to me, this has a really nice, unique kind of minty, fresh vibe with it. And the fragrance I'm talking about is from Hayari Paris. And this right here is Joyous Source number 2. I reviewed this about, I think around May, but this right here surprised the mess out of me. There was nothing about this that was on my radar until I got a sample and immediately got a bottle. Like I said, fresh in the opening, aromatic with some soft spices, but there's this really cool mint note that's in it that really reminds me of almost like you're in a pool or a really tropical beach where the water is clear. With a combination of basil, bergamot, star anise, honeysuckle, vetiver, and ambergris, you can't go wrong with this. If you're still planning your vacation, this needs to be in your suitcase. Go get yourself this ultra fresh, minty fragrance. You can thank me later. This next fragrance is another freshie that I think a lot of people just dismiss because you see the notes and you think, oh, this reminds me of some other type of fresh fragrance. No, this is to me the soapy lavender fresh fragrance that you wear when you want to just smell clean, you want to smell refreshed, or you just want to smell like a grown man. This is from Kajal, and this is Fragrances. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'll put the name up here. But another fragrance that I say, if you wanted to be introduced to Kajal, this is a fragrance that you should jump on. You know Kajal is always going to throw a bunch of fruit notes at you. They're one of the best when it comes to fruit notes. But this, once again, the combination of this lavender with this juniper berry note, there's a lemon and a really, really fresh apple note, crisp apple note that's in this. That's what makes it the ultra freshness to me. But another ultra fresh fragrance, if you want something soapy, lavender, and has some nice tropical fruits with that apple, that crisp apple note, this is it. Get your nose on it. Stop sleeping on this one. I got some more. Let's go check out the next one. If you want one of the best fresh, stepped out of the barbershop, got the dope haircut, the fresh lineup, or your beard trim if you got one. I don't have a beard, it don't connect, all right? I'm not hating, but if you got one of them, this is the fragrance that you need to get. This is MDCI Le Barber de Tanger. Bro, my guys, come close. This is the epitome of the American barbershop. The American barbershop from the 1980s, 90s, early 2000s to now. This is that fragrance. And I'll tell you why. We're gonna start with the opening. Bergamot, basil, lemon. We have cardamom. There's also a sweetness of a tangerine orange in this. That it destroys any other tangerine note in any fragrance. So beautifully blended, fresh, sweet, and there's a pinch of soapiness in the opening, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But this right here, if that aftershave smell, that lineup spray that they put on you after they give you a nice fresh lineup, that's what that smells like in the opening. But the barbershop smell is a combination of the obvious traditional lavender, the oak moss. If you want that smell of the traditional American barbershop, I'm gonna say East Coast barbershop. If you ever been to New York, Jersey, DC, or the Baltimore area and you went to one of them urban barbershops, this is the fragrance right here that you need to get. All right, let's go check out the next one. Y'all get the picture. I'm gonna keep saying ultra fresh. Now, most of you guys know that all my fresh fragrances, the ones that I just listed, always gonna have a twist. But if you want something that's gonna break through the heat, that's gonna keep you cool and refreshed, you gotta get these. And this one is no exception. This is Silent Symphony by the Gate Paris Perfumes. And this is the Pina Colada on steroids with a really nice dose of caramel. Now, you think Pina Colada, you say pineapple. This has a pineapple note, but it's not the strongest version. The coconut in this mixed with the caramel and the Granny Smith apple, the milky, almost the milky coconut vibe in this, the booziness in this, mixed with that caramel. Yes, all of that is delicious smelling. It's gonna be hard to beat this one. Check it out. Not gonna leave my ladies out. I'm not gonna say my guys can't wear this because this is my personal fragrance, but I had to put something in there for the ladies because I think this leans a little bit on the feminine side, but still fresh. The best rhubarb fragrance in my collection. This is from Julemad. This is Tres Saint Germain. It's up there. So, grapefruit is a note that most people associate with ultra fresh. This is extremely fresh in the opening with grapefruit and a really nice Twizzler rhubarb note. The wonderful floral notes in the middle of this fragrance brings that feminine side out. You have the freezer, you have the rose, and you also have these soft, delicate lotus petals. There's a really nice musk and sandalwood dry down, but this is a nice, soft, fresh fragrance that, ladies, you need to get your nose on. I got some more. Let's go check out the next one. Now, I spoke about a fresh Pina Colada-like fragrance. I'm about to show you the one-to-one when it comes to Pina Colada. This is Kajal Colada. Now, if you, like me, if you just obsessed with Pina Colada fragrances, you know it's absolutely refreshing, especially if you have an ice chilled one. You know that it's absolutely sweet and almost slightly on the gourmand side. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just telling you, this right here on skin is phenomenal. Super fresh, juicy pineapple in the opening, mixed with Hawaiian-like tropical fruits, adding a zesty burst of bergamot in the opening also. Coconut in the mid, a really milky coconut, slightly sweet also. Bruh, get your glass, make a Pina Colada drink, sit out on your patio or on the beach front, sip it, but make sure you spray this on you too so you can be like you're in heaven. This is it. Go check it out. A chilled champagne flute rosé champagne poured into the glass. You have an accent of strawberry and also cherry inside of the champagne flute. You're sitting on the beach, your feet are resting on the shore where the stones and the rocks are, and there are metallic minerals all across the rocks, and you get that oceanic vibe. That's this fragrance right here. That's Space from Nishan Perfumes. Bro, this could have been number one, but I got some more fresher fragrances than that. This is absolutely out of this world. No pun intended. Space is my go-to shock you fragrance. If I want to shock you, if I want to wear this, no, I'm not gonna say if I want to. When I wear this and I walk past you, your homeboys, your girls, I don't care who it is, I'm guaranteed someone is gonna ask me what I got on. Or I'm gonna get one of those shocks looks like, oh, that smells fantastic. Space is everything I've been looking for an ultra fresh, sweet, boozy-like fragrance. Out of the 10 fragrances that I just showed you, I would say this is one of the ones I don't wanna say begging, I'm urging you to get your nose on. Do not spray it on paper. Spray it on your hand, wait probably 10 to 15 seconds, then smell it. You will be blown away. Oh my goodness, bruh. My man's in there. Get your nose on it. I have one honorable mention I'm putting in this because I was gonna make this part of the list, but I forgot that I had this other fragrance. And that fragrance that is an honorable mention is one of my favorite vetiver fragrances in the world. This is Vetiver Imperial by Boadicea Victorious. But this just smells like a fresh lemon mojito or margarita to me. That's the best way I can put it, with the vetiver note behind it. Honorable mention. But the fragrance that is, it could have been the ultimate fresh fragrance in this list, but there's only one better. I'm talking about this right here, Energizer from Boadicea Victorious. Man, when I say I did not know, I was not aware of how crazy fresh this is. The grapefruit note in this will punch you, I'm not gonna say punch you, it will drop kick you in the face. Wow, that little spray just lit this whole room up. There is no other fragrance that can do that in this list when it comes to the grapefruit note. The greenness from the petitgrain, the citrus combination of lemon, lime, orange, and also bergamot creates fresh meets oceanic meets watery. Now, all those kind of citrus notes, you would think that they would clash and they would be too pungent. No, this is, when I say, it's almost too fresh. Sometimes when I'm wearing it, I'm like, man, this is a lot, but it works. There is something about this fragrance that's super addictive, and I'm telling you, you need to get your nose on it if you want the ultimate fresh fragrance. But we got one more that's even better than this. Let's go check out number one. This is the number one fresh fragrance, in my opinion, out of all of the fragrances that I talked about. This smells like a powdery winter fresh gum. If you ever had the winter fresh gum with the citrus and the mint and the cool, almost icy, chilling effect, that's this. I'm talking about Frederic Malle's L'Homme d'Hiver. This right here, nothing can touch this when it comes to fresh. Nothing can touch this when you need something to not cool you down, chill you out. We have bergamot in the opening, pink pepper, grapefruit, and lemon. There's some green notes in the opening of this fresh fragrance also, but I'm telling you, I get this, it's like a picture of the winter fresh gum. Almost like winter fresh gum in ice cubes. There's a powdery nuance mixed with a slightly sweet honey note. There's rose in this fragrance that also is pretty fresh, but You'll get to the dry down, you'll get a little bit more warmer notes, but those don't happen for a while. You're going to enjoy that fresh citrus, bergamot, all those notes that I mentioned. And like I said, that icy, chilling, winter fresh effect that comes along with this fragrance is absolutely stunning, one of a kind. And that's why this is the ultimate fresh fragrance that I have in my collection. And I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. Yeah. Once this is done, definitely gotta get me another bottle of this. All right, guys, that's it. That is my, I think that's top 10. Yeah, that's 10 with an honorable mention. My ultra fresh fragrances that I have in my collection I think are some of the best. Let me know if any of you guys have any of these fragrances in your collection. Before we go, I want to say this fragrance video was sponsored by Scentsy. Scentsy is a wonderful company that focuses on scented warmers. They have scented wax that you can pick any type of scent you're looking for. They have it. They have wonderful theme warmers from a season to holidays to even some of your favorite movie characters. So I would urge you guys to go check it out. I'll put the link up here and also in the description below. If you want something to make your house smell phenomenal, that's the place to go. Also, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for another day on this earth. Today was a beautiful day in service. We had just enough to fill the spirit. And that's what we look for when we go to church. All glory goes to you. Nothing is possible without you. I want to read this real quick to you guys. Hopefully I can get this out of the way real quick, but this was on my spirit to talk about this. And I want to make a disclaimer. I am not a pastor. Read your Bible, talk to your pastor, pray to God and ask him for discernment of what you hear from me, because I don't want you to start taking my words like it's gospel. This is just something that I think that from my perspective, what I've lived through has helped me have discernment and understand things. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. When God said that this is the devil's world, like he reigns supreme here on this earth, this was not a joke. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because we have this thing where we just want to be famous, we want to be rich, we want to be popular, we want to kind of have everything. And I was saying this in my last time I was talking to you guys, do not risk your soul for tangible things. And to show you how this is very true, Satan even tried to tempt Jesus. In this verse I want to read you guys, it's in Matthew. This is chapter 4, verse 9. Now you can read the whole chapter yourself, but this particular thing I wanted to read. And he said to him, all these things I will give to you if you fall down and worship me. This is Satan telling Jesus, the only thing you have to do is worship me, fall down to your knees and worship me, and all this will be yours. That right there tells you that the devil, Satan, has authority on earth to give you what you want if you sell your soul to him, if you worship him, if you call him God. And I'm urging you guys, see the signs, have discernment, be able to see when the devil is trying to tempt you, when he's trying to pull you away from God, when he's trying to take your life. And the way I say you can do this is because, remember, Jesus has already overcome the world. So if you have him in your life, you don't have to worry about Satan taking your soul. You don't have to worry about Satan disrupting your life because you're already given it to God. And having that understanding and discernment will keep you alive, keep you in God's protection. So I urge you guys, ones who are not saved, ones who do not know who Christ is, give your life to him. And please, for the sake of God and your soul, do not be tempted by the things in this world, because they do not rule you. They belong to Satan. They do not belong to man. None of it. It's all tangible, and you cannot take it with you when you die. Love this book. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you guys take something from that. And once again, I say talk to your pastor, talk to someone you trust, and pray and ask God to help you understand what I just said. All right, guys. Once again, I love y'all. Until next time, like I always say, it's okay if you want to smell like Rome. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, God bless. In Jesus' name, peace.